Now, let me start again and I'll unmute myself. That could have been really, really bad. There's nothing like user-generated content. I'm so looking forward to the time when we can audit a channel called Zentangle. In the meantime, we'll have to put up with you lot. This is the Tuesday morning channel audit live streams. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, hello, hello everybody. Welcome once again to this weird and wonderful world of channel audits where we open up our doors to all of you for some, as some people call it, deconstructive criticism, but we try to avoid that and we try and help every single channel that we can every single week. But just before we talk about your channels, I just want to say very quickly a huge thank you to every single one of you who has pushed us up to 600,000 subscribers. We hit that landmark yesterday, which now means that unfortunately the 500,000 subscriber belt is now out of date, so it's kind of turned into a 500,000 subscriber plus 100,000 subscriber certificate until I can sort that out. But yeah, I just wanted to say we couldn't do any of this without all of you who help us every single week in supporting our channel, as well as you getting your channel audit. So yeah, thank you very much. We are humbled. The road to 1 million subscribers continues as it always will do. But now let's get over to you folks, and we cannot audit your channels every single week without the trusty help that I have and I call upon. And those people include, first of all, Travis, who's in the house as always. Travis, say hello to everybody here on the live stream.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going awesome for you, staying safe, clean, and awesome as we get ready to audit your channels.
And also in the gaming hot seat, as usual, will be our master channel pronunciation expert, Dan. Say hello as well.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
And Dan is as enthusiastic as ever with the intro. So let's go to for channels, and I'll go first this week. We are saying
Dan has
hello.
the personality of a dentist, which is great. Oh, wait, what happened?
Did we lose Rob?
We did.
I'm
So
still
no one
here.
even heard that joke.
Can you hear me?
Rest in peace.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now
Yep.
we can.
You
Now
can
we
hear me. Well, hopefully it'll come back in a second.
Yeah, there we
But I've
go.
got to wait for it to come back. Are we back? Streaming resumed. I didn't take very long. It broke after 7 minutes, the live stream this week, which is pretty good. Anyway, we'll do some shout-outs now. I'm going to say hello to the following people that include Zenzerius. This is a moderator's channel name who I still cannot pronounce. Generic Waffle in the house, as always. Bees with Toast. Minion Lover Gaming is also in the house. Bella the Pug. I'm a Greek Boy 4321, Sideshow Lowry, and Sanders 3 Lego. Those are my shout outs, and Travis will do some for you next. Who we say hello to?
Saw Bad Lori in there. I see Codename Pear. That's a good one. It's Light BTW Brawl Stars. Good to see you in there moderating. Appreciate you, Tish from the Artist Haven. Appreciate you, of course. I think I even saw the good doctor in there. Oh, I also want to say super shout out to a man who's usually in here, Paul Pex Drywall, on 100,000 subscribers that he got very recently. So appreciate that.
Yeah, well done to you. Oh, he is in the house. I've just seen him say hello. So yeah, congratulations on 100,000 subscribers and continuing to moderate here as well. And Dan, let's see how you get on with your weekly channel pronunciations.
Okay. Sky Riot Plays. Hello. Cobra at YouTube. Hello to you. Insert, but the E is a 3. That's clever. That's really clever. Run Ready Reviews. Lucas Plays. Harris Farm. Funology TV. That sounds fun.
That's a pretty good, cool channel then.
Yeah, Fused Games or something. It jumped on me. I don't really know. Some gaming channel, I guess. Jordy is Supa. Toon Army Gamer. And Isaac Mega 9600.
That's a brilliant final channel name. All right then, if you are regulars to the live stream, you'll know that it's now time to start creating your tweets to make sure that you make it for Memes of the Week next week, or of course we choose you as one of the channels. If you are new to this live stream malarkey stuff that we do here, this is a brief introduction on how it all works. vidIQ channel audits are all about helping you become better YouTubers. To submit your channel for possible review, in the video description of this live stream, there is a link that will take you to this simple form. Fill it out, and prior to the stream, we will pick out several channels for review. Channel audits are free. We offer them as part of the vidIQ YouTube service, and we can't be bribed. While super chats are always welcome, they will not buy you a channel audit. We do not want to create a financial barrier to this weekly community get-together. The live chat exists so that you can all converse with the community. Don't ask for channel audits. During a live stream, the hosts don't have time to read them, and moderators will put you in timeout. And speaking of moderators, I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for supporting us every single week to make sure that this show gets up and running. It really is appreciated. We get hundreds of submissions every single week, and unfortunately we can't audit every channel. To ensure your channel has a fair chance each week, we purge the list, and after we audit pre-selected channels, we randomly choose which channels get audited. We only have so much time in a day to audit your channels, but if you download the vidIQ extension, our 24/7 channel audit tool will offer you tailored advice specific to your YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, download vidIQ for free today. A link is in the video description. If you submit your channel, expect constructive criticism. We assume you want to grow your audience on YouTube, and that is what our advice is based on. Appreciate that we are viewing your channel for the first time. If we get something wrong, we didn't do it on purpose. It may be that your messaging and branding isn't doing the job it's supposed to do. And make sure to listen to the advice we give to all channels, not just yours. Test everything. Some strategies will work better for some channels, whilst it won't work for some channels at all. Always review the data YouTube gives you and then test again. We always appreciate it when you click on the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you know when we next go live. And do us a favour, folks, if you do find this live stream useful, share it with at least one other video creator who you think could benefit from our advice. Are you ready? Let's do this. So a little bit of housekeeping as always. As you may see on the live stream, we are continuing to support the COVID-19 Solidarity Fund with any super chat donations. We can't, I don't think that accepts actual messages, but we can shout out to people who are donating. And those include Anonymous, who has kindly donated 700 THBs, whatever currency that is. We really do appreciate it. And also $5 from John O'Play. So if anybody else does donate, we will make sure to shout out throughout this live stream. All right, every single week before the live stream goes live, we publicly broadcast that we're doing a live stream, and we do Photoshop battles where you can take pleasure in mutilating, more often than not, my face into a meme. And of course, many of these pictures will appear in the memes of the week next week. And here were some of the suggestions we got from here. And the idea is, as we're looking through these, we will stop, and if any of these stop us from scrolling and entertain us, then we may choose you to be audited. But this one is kind of like the big winner of the week, and I did like that one of all of a sudden vidIQ having less than 600,000 subscribers there. But the winner this week from all of the ones submitted was, if I continue to scroll, it's somewhere around here. Where is it? That was like almost second place, but I think we can't just let wrestling memes win every single week, because then it would only benefit the people who have wrestling knowledge. It was this one. Why every channel needs the same advice as last week. And the reason this one was chosen was, of course, I look a little bit like Patrick Stewart. Fun fact, Patrick Stewart was born literally 5 miles away from where I was born. And we also have a vidIQ GIF with me and Captain Picard. And that was the winner then. And it was submitted by the following channel, which is Duck Crossing. So this is the first channel we are going to audit this week. And damn, we're going to take a look at this one, which tells us in the channel banner that they do Mario Kart on a Mondays and Thursdays, I think, and Crash Team Racing on a Tuesdays and Fridays. But then when we look at how that messaging translates over to the thumbnails, it leaves me a little bit perplexed about what this channel really is about. So what do you think here of maybe using completely unique thumbnails to talk about very well-known gaming content? Does it work for you? I'm not entirely convinced.
It's a really great thing if you can take art from the game and kind of make your own fan art version of that. So if it was Mario Kart 9 characters and you had hand-drawn a Mario Kart character, that would have been more impactful, because it looks like you're trying to put this like duck in everything, like your brand, and you could still do that too. But this doesn't, like, at first glance, without looking at the titles, which a lot of people aren't going to be looking at the titles at first, thumbnails are what get them to like investigate. Yep. It doesn't feel like any of these are Mario Kart or Crash Team Racing at all. So that would be the first big thing. Now this blue shell one is pretty good.
There's a couple here, isn't there? Some examples of that, but they're few and far between, I would say.
Yeah, if you have an art skill that you can use in your thumbnails and you're willing to take that time, like that's awesome. That's top notch for gaming. Like not a lot of people do that, but you still gotta relate it to the game. You know, people who watch that content are going to be fans of Mario Kart or Crash Team Racing. And right now it tells me this is like an art channel. It doesn't really say gaming in a lot of ways.
It does almost make you think as if what you're actually getting, if you click on any of these, is some sort of animation of Crash Team Racing or Mario Kart. And just because the messaging is so confusing, I think, for a casual viewer coming onto a channel. And now, in contrast, this is something that we often say is that you want to try and be different in your space, especially with like Fortnite thumbnails and gaming thumbnails that tend to be very, very much similar to from one channel to another. But it feels as if this channel has probably gone a bit too far in one direction. As you say, trying to include this this duck in the thumbnails, which is just really confusing me. I mean, I'm just going to quickly click on one of these videos and I'll let it play. We'll mute it, so we can get an idea. I mean, looking.
It's kind of like trying to start a cold engine. There we go. Now we're back.
It's coming back now.
There we go. Hey now.
I think we are back, folks. Great, that's 2 failures in the first 20 minutes. This is going to be a really fun live stream, isn't it? Right, okay. Where was I? So, this video's been playing in the background a little bit, Dan. So, at first I thought it was just like commentary from the game, but then I go into the video a little bit more, and it looks as if they may be talking about the characters. There might be a little bit of artwork going on there as well, which is possible. It makes me want to click on another video just to confirm that. Let's see what happens with this one. So again, the beginning of the video showing a game in play, and then more gameplay going on. So going into the videos doesn't really tell me much more about the channel either. So what we're thinking here in terms of, it's fine to go after maybe driving games as a niche, the comic, cartoon, karting games, but the thumbnails really need to be rethought here, perhaps.
I think that, and what I will say is that I like what you're doing with the subject of kart racing games, because you're not just playing it, you're kind of giving, from what I can tell, some perspective on like what you'd like to see in a future release. That's the kind of stuff that's going to drive some extra interest, especially if something gets announced, like a Mario Kart update or something. So that's the right way to do it, but the thumbnails will be your next big project, I think.
I think it's interesting here where when you look at some of the thumbnails which do have a bit more reference to the game, like these ones here, you can clearly see that's a blue shell from the game. The view counts are double, if not triple, versus the duck and the gold bar or something where it's very much animation without any Mario Kart reference. Again here, Mario Kart 9 characters. A silhouette there of one of the characters maybe. That gets more views. So I think it's clear that certain thumbnails are working better than others, as we were kind of hinting at as well.
Yeah.
So that is Duck Crossing, our first channel. We will be delving into the channel audit memes on Twitter soon. Like this one is a particularly good one I've seen early on. But I think Travis and I have already seen one that we're probably going to pick later on. But we'll go to our first channel that's submitted this week. And it is another gaming channel, and this is ACT Orange Brawl Stars, which is coming in here with almost 100 subscribers. And I think, Dan, again, as we just look at this one briefly, this feels like one of those channels whereby they're doing like gameplay kind of reaction stuff, talking about the characters, like winning a game with deal damage, collab with Brawl Nugget, whoever that is. I am going to be an insane nanny, whatever that means. And these are all ones where it feels like this is a creator who wants to try and tell their own stories and adventures in a game, but they're not yet well established as a creator on YouTube. So as a viewer, I'm maybe looking at this stuff and thinking, do I really care about this? I don't know who you are. If I was going to get maybe some more tutorial or advice from you as a smaller channel, that may be a good place to start. This is something we always talk about, but are you getting that sort of vibe from this channel as well?
Yeah, just right off the bat. Yeah, there's obviously you've picked your game and stuff, and that's cool, but I really would like to see something in here that's going to get me to click. You're a new creator to me, and something that kind of occurred to me, I was watching a Minecraft creator over the weekend, and I just started thinking, like, how did I find this person? I realized it was from a Minecraft tutorial. And I found myself looking through their other content after I found a couple more of their tutorials. And it took a little bit, but eventually I became somebody who watched a lot of the stuff they did. So you can do Let's Plays, you can do you having fun in a game, but you get new people like me to come and click on it when you offer something of value that you rank high for, someone else isn't doing. And if you can teach somebody something or show an update or show something really cool, that's going to bring people in. You don't have to make a high impact, high, workload video every time you post a gaming video. It doesn't. You can also do, hey, me in this game having fun, but every time you do that, you take that time to research something, really good and really valuable, you're going to see more new people find you.
I was just going to point out here, they've tried this a couple of times, where there's this Brawl Stars May update, and I think that got like 100 views versus everything around it, which is like half the amount. So that's an example of like a news update or some sort of information tutorial which has helped them. And I think I would also say as well to the creator that I don't want you to necessarily do all tutorials all of the time, but as Dan said, it's a good gateway into your channel, and then those who subscribe may be interested in what you're doing next in terms of like a little bit of gameplay, adventure type of thing. But always think of ways to jump on perhaps a trending event in your topic and telling people about that as well. Thumbnail wise, Dan, I think that they're a bit of a mixed bag. Like, for example, I like this thumbnail. I think this is really striking. Mm-hmm. But then these ones where there's maybe, again, a bit of adventure going on, and they've just got two characters, like maybe like a generic stock image from the game with some text. I'm not sure if that's really going to be enough to entice somebody to click. They'll probably want to see a bit of gameplay or something spectacular happening from the game. Would you agree with that? That the thumbnails, like, they're kind of like a 5 out of 10 right now. Some are better than others. More work to be done. Yeah,
the ones in particular that you want to look at are the ones with the title of the video in the thumbnail. If you're going to add some text, just do a couple words, something high impact, like no damage, or what was the title of that? Without dealing damage. You won the game without dealing damage. That sounds really cool. So yeah, no damage. Maybe one of those characters instead of two. Maybe cross out the little guns they're holding, so you visually indicate you didn't do any damage and you still won. That's kind of cool. But yeah, let your thumbnail supplement the title and vice versa.
Beautiful stuff. All right, we've started with 2 gaming channels there, but we're going to get Travis into the action now with the following channel, which is Dachshund, a channel with nearly 15,000 subscribers. And I think from the channel banner and the thumbnails, Travis, we're looking at a channel that maybe centers around native Australian animals. That's perhaps where I'm going with that. In particular, the quokka. I apologize if I'm pronouncing the name of that animal wrong, but yeah, some really strong thumbnails here, it's looking like. And yeah, why did you pick this one, Travis?
So I've been talking the last couple of weeks about how important it is to have a really interesting subject and topic for your channel. And when I was going through the list, this one said wildlife comedy. Oh, okay. I've never heard of such a thing. And when I clicked on this, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Tavel. I think he means travel. And I actually watched one of the videos. It's very well produced. Like, first of all, the thumbnails are great. I mean, they're fantastic. The concepts behind them are really interesting. Kangaroo ASMR. We just had tortoise ASMR last week. So we're going from one to the next to the next. So he's got multiple different kind of subjects with these cute little animals. The quokka or whatever it is his main animal. When you watch the actual content, it's well produced. Like, there's just something really cool about this channel. Interestingly, I'm actually surprised he's not getting quite a bit more views. I think he will at some point. I think this channel is one of those ones that's just poised to, he has a lot of the right things going for him.
It's like a coiled spring. It's ready to snap out. Yeah.
I really believe that at some point, if he continues on, that it's going to catch on. It'll just be a moment that happens. Yeah. Thumbnails are great. As you can see, they've improved over time. It does apparently, but here's the other thing. Like, he does do other animals, but the quokka seems to be the #1 animal. So
I noticed that. Yeah.
I wonder if maybe you should go more, I don't know, I'd have to
quokka-centric.
Quokka-centric, yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, because while you have done animals in the past, it seems like you've really kind of fallen in love with that particular animal. And after watching a couple of videos, I kind of agree. I understand why. But I love the concept. I love the topic. And there is a little humor in it too. So I dig everything about this channel. I guess the biggest thing is, how are you going to get your really good content in front of more people? I don't know how many people even know that this animal exists, let alone would be looking for it. So it'd be interesting to do maybe some more content with some animals that are more worldwide, and then bring them into that whole secondary kind of content you've been doing lately.
I think here's a good example of where a couple of years ago, the thumbnails here, they're actually quite good. There's nothing necessarily wrong with these. They're bright, they're colourful, there's a lot going on. But then when you scroll up to these ones here, the latest ones, there's an example here of where less is more. Like the thumbnail quality is really super high still, but they're having less elements in there. They're sticking to one or two elements with a stronger colour theme. So like these ones, good, fine. A little chaotic. These ones, cleaner, sharper, I think have more impact. So a good example of where we talk about thumbnails have to, sometimes people overcomplicate thumbnails, even if they're doing really good thumbnails, and where they simplify them, you end up with something like this, which is really good. As you say, well, let's do a little investigation here of the quokka animal and see if he is maybe ranking here. So
good score there, 57. There he is.
There he is, like number 3 or 4, and yeah, so he's dominating a little bit there, which is good to see. And I think what I was maybe thinking about here is that, have you done an ASMR? Oh, you have done one for the quokka animal. So that's already. So you've already thought of that, which is good.
Yep.
I'm this one here. I'm like, how did that get past community guidelines? That looks a little, but there you are.
But it's a pouch. It's
but it is a pouch. It is a pouch. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure at first either. But
like at first glance, it's what?
What?
Now,
what's happening there?
So here's an interesting thing, that this channel is, I think, suffering a little bit from a victim of their own success, in that their audience and YouTube is really dialed into this quokka animal. So whenever they do videos on that topic, they're getting thousands of views, sometimes 80,000 views, which is awesome. And then they'll go on to one here like asking strangers for money for puppy cuddles. I mean, it's a really good idea in one sense, but it probably just doesn't resonate directly with what your channel is strictly about. So it's interesting there that you're trying something new, but your audience is YouTube, and YouTube has told you that I'm not quite keen on this one. Go back to like what you do best, and that's where you're getting a lot of traffic. But yeah, I think you're right, Travis. Here, this channel is sort of primed to really start performing better.
The 80,000 one is they throw their babies at predators to defend themselves. Is that what I need to watch that video?
Yeah, I guess that passed community guidelines, and it says solved at the end, which you don't quite see on the title there. And it feels like maybe you just haven't had enough time to dedicate to this channel, because like in the last 7 months you've done 12 videos, but in the last month you've been able to crank out 4 videos, and so the consistency is starting to ramp up as well there. So I think if you give YouTube more content, you give your audience more content, I feel as if, Travis, this is a channel where it just maybe takes one video to go pop and gets you like 250,000 views, and then that takes your like resting heartbeat, the cadence of your channel, from maybe 1,000 or 2,000 views per video to 5,000 or 6,000 views per video. And it'll probably come. You're probably storing all of this goodwill into YouTube's bank. You just don't know when it's going to pay off. It could be the next video you do, or it could be one in 6 months. But we're kind of thinking that timeline, aren't we, for where this channel is probably going to pop nicely.
Yep.
All right, then.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this animal, and I wonder if this would be a good channel to experiment with content outside of YouTube a little bit, like Instagram, TikTok. Try to spread the word, and you try to become the authority on this particular animal outside of YouTube.
They do have an Instagram account, and right, hello. So they have a big audience elsewhere, which is probably helping them. I guess one thing is, are you using Instagram to send people to your YouTube content? Because with that size followers and some of the views here, I'm not sure if you're maybe doing that effectively, so that might be something else to consider as well. But yeah, well done to you there, Dachshund, on, I guess, the outreach you have on not only YouTube but on other social platforms. Let's move on to the next channel, which is Explore Aviation. They upload every Sunday. Go further. There's only one way to reach the skies, and I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're doing. So obviously fix your channel banner a little bit so that you can tell us your full value proposition. I also think the upload every Sunday is a little too prominent on your channel banner. You probably want to put it somewhere else. And let's start having a look at the thumbnails. Who was this, Dan or Travis? I can't remember.
That was me.
This one. All right then, Travis. So go ahead with this one.
So a couple things. I love RC airplanes. I'm also fascinated by airplanes, but I do not like to fly. So I'm one of these people who would watch some of these videos, especially the RC stuff. But I think the problem is, well, it's kind of an interesting way to do a cross connection between people who like regular airplanes and people like RC. And it's I've never seen anyone do this before. Normally I see people either with an airplane channel or an RC channel. You don't see very much crossing. Now you could say, well, that's too wide, but I actually might argue, depending on the RC planes you get and depending what planes you cover on your channel, you actually could do some really cool crossovers. So some of the things that people like in airplane simulators and watching airplanes is the takeoff and landing. You could totally re-simulate that in an RC and see if you can get it to fly what they call scale when you're taking off and landing. So there's some really interesting things you could do with this. Looks like they've only been at it for about a month, which is, pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and so they're nearly up to 50 subscribers. Already got a few videos over 100 views. So that's
tons of videos out there. Now, I think what you're starting to notice, well, first of all, this latest video is way too dark. Like the thumbnail, I'm not sure what happened there. But I would look into some more dramatic thumbnails. The second thumbnail, the large electric plane is off, looks pretty good, but I wouldn't even have the word electric, well, actually is probably an interesting thing to put there. Is I don't like the way it looks. And I think it's not as spectacular as if you look at most airplane videos on YouTube. You look at their thumbnails, you will see there's some darn good thumbnails. So definitely take a look at the way other people are doing their thumbnail style. It probably won't be quite as much text, but I love the idea behind this, because if you really are doing like RC planes and you're doing regular planes, I would highly recommend having RC planes that are the same type of plane that you're covering for your regular plane content.
I'm glad that the creator has moved away from these thumbnails, because you know what these thumbnails remind me of? A kidnapper in a TV series who's sending a ransom letter and like cutting different words out of different newspapers. But yeah, you seem to have fixed that. And as we say, you're early on in your journey, so a lot of little things to fix here. And I think all that stuff was good from Travis. Anything from you to add there, Dan?
The only thing I could say is the thumbnail I really like is the one kind of in the middle there. Don't fly an RC plane before you watch this. And
I'm agreeing with that one. Yeah, I think it's the contrast between the background and the foreground, the light plane, and then the grey background. Text is a little heavy. Could probably do something about that. But yeah, I'm in agreement with you there as well. All right, let's move on to the next channel, which is Olive Art. We'll look at any channel that's got a donut in it, and this channel has 260 subscribers. Now then, Art and Vlogs, subscribe and turn on post notifications. I feel like as if that's a little bit of a weak channel value proposition, because when I look at the thumbnails, then I start to see, wow, right, so you're drawing a realistic Kit Kat. Okay, that actually does look like a Kit Kat. Yeah. I quite like that one. And then, wow, this is a realistic drawing of a hamburger. And you're drawing Pennywise as well. And some really good drawings from the thumbnails. And how long have you been going on YouTube? Okay, you've been going for 4 months right now. So one of these quarantine creators. And Dan, what are we thinking here with this one?
I thought... At first, I wasn't sure what I was going to get because of the channel banner and the logo, and I went to check out the thumbnails and was just kind of blown away. Anytime someone could do pencil drawings like this, it's just so cool. So you have a really, really good skill. But yeah, you already kind of pointed it out. I was going to say the channel banner for an art channel that can output some amazing stuff. I'm a little bit disappointed in your channel banner because you've gone with a black background and not... it's relatively low effort compared to the work you do. So I would definitely lead with your art in a lot more aspects. First and foremost, what are we doing?
I'm just going to let one of the videos play as we're talking. So okay. Carry on. I'm just interested to see what the format is and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I think the next thing I was going to say was like when you do your thumbnail, if there's a before and after, not even necessarily a before, but like something.
It's like a half and half, isn't it? Maybe like the outline of the image versus the full color on the other side, if that's possible.
Yeah, I would try one where you get the outline of the Kit Kat, for example. You take a picture of it, finish it, take another picture, and in Photoshop, split it down the middle. So I just think that would kind of catch people's attention, and it would also draw more attention to the fact that it is actually like you with a pencil, drawing. That's what's like so impressive about this. And I don't even know if the word, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not pencil drawings, but I think whatever you're using to create this art needs to also be prominent in the titles. We could even look that up. We could see how other channels are doing with.
You know what I would do for some of these titles?
Here we go, Travis. What would you do? Tell us.
Because of I'm glad you showed that video. I would literally in almost every single one of these put the word satisfying. So there are a lot of quote satisfying videos on YouTube. They do really well, and just by association, and if you know, it would be even better if you mic the pencil as you're drawing.
ASMR going on there as well.
A little bit of an ASMR going at the same time. I bet you this channel would blow up.
The one other thing I would add as well is if you can tie some of your drawings into cultural trending events, like you've drawn Pennywise yesterday, great, but when was the film actually released? I know this is a bit of a challenge right now because I guess the entertainment industry is on pause, but when we're all going back to the cinema or when the next Mandalorian comes out, you can do another one of these drawings of characters and things from shows when they're coming out as well. And again, I think you're right. It could be just one of these videos that really pops and does really well. But yeah, I think thumbnail-wise, look at how to draw a cupcake. You're doing some tutorials as well, or you were doing to begin with, but it looks like you've made a departure from there. It's interesting that you've actually showing how to draw something, like drawing a penguin, in 3 minutes. Like, you would usually expect something like that to take at least 10 or 15 minutes to go through all of the details, but you managed to do that in a short space of time. So maybe if you do revisit the tutorials, emphasize how quickly you're able to teach people to draw these things. But yeah, I think we're encouraged by this channel, aren't we? There's a few things I need to fix, maybe with the channel banner and the thumbnails, but like you say, adding like a satisfying element to it, but this looks like a channel with potential.
Yeah.
All right, then, let's move on to the next one. We are making some good progress this week, and it is Crypto Grounds, coding and gaming for everybody. And you have over 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to look at the thumbnails, and I'm not going to have a clue, to be honest, what I'm getting from these videos. That's just my general opinion, given that Unity idle code. Presumably this is part 31 or episode 31, and I'm going to have to look at the idle game tutorial series letter notation. Unless I was already really into coding and stuff, I'm not sure what the payoff's going to be. And so that would be my first struggle with this. I feel as if there's a barrier to entry on this channel, looking at things. So I don't know if this channel is aimed at experienced coding. Well, you say gaming and coding for everybody. I'm an everyone, and I'm looking at the content, and I don't know what I'm going to get out of it. So that's my broad opinion of this. Dan, I think this was one you picked. Was that right?
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I got excited because I thought this was really cool that, someone was kind of putting together a course on, coding in Unity. And that's a really popular thing right now. A lot of people are developing games for the first time ever, and they're using Unity to do it. So that's really cool. But I agree with you that it's, when you just look at the thumbnails on the surface, it's kind of like, oh, geez, I don't even know what's going on. I think at least in the very first one, if not all of them, Unity for beginners, that's something that people might be searching for. And there needs to be a stronger tie-in to make this feel more approachable. This is one example of episode numbers being very important, because you're going to be showing people something through the course of a long time, so you need to kind of go in a succession. But definitely, this doesn't feel approachable is kind of the main thing. And one thing you could go and look at is Microsoft. I think it's called, the YouTube channel is called Microsoft Developers or something. They have a course on Python, and you'll kind of know what I mean. Like, it's Python for beginners. Yeah, that's the channel. There's a whole playlist, and because of the way they title it, it definitely feels, it's a bit older now, so it might be.
I was going to say these thumbnails are even worse.
Their thumbnails are terrible.
Yeah.
I'm saying the titles.
Okay, right, I'm with you.
The titles are make me feel like, oh wow, I could actually learn this, you know. And then it's not fair that there was a marketing push behind this, which is how I learned about it. But it's in the playlist if you want to.
Travis, you need to get them with a private audit and tell them how their thumbnails are terrible for a 200,000 subscriber channel. Which one would it be, Dan?
Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Python for Beginners, right in the middle.
Oh,
there.
that's bad boy, right? Okay. Oh, that's just going to play all of the videos, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's in a playlist. It's very consumable. They're very short tutorials, and you can follow along on this whole playlist. And in my opinion, this is the way to do educational content around programming, or probably in a lot of different scenarios. The fact that you're putting work into the thumbnails is good. They're not, but they're also Microsoft. So.
Well, you know, someone who I actually just talked to last week that has a programming channel called Programming with Mosh. He has a large channel that does programming, and he actually spends some time on the thumbnails. The other thing is you have to think about your audience. Not all audiences are going to be looking for the flashy thumbnails. They're going to be looking for what they want. But I feel like Moss has it kind of figured out. It's very simplistic. But here's what's interesting. His videos, look how long some of them are. But that's what people expect. That's at least what some of his audience expects. One of his most popular videos is 6 hours long. Now, I have encouraged him to break that up because I'm going to tell you, I don't know how many people are going to sit there for 6 hours to watch a video. Having said that, it kind of works for his channel. So yeah, in what I would say is these designs are much better. At least they're more clean. You don't need to have just a really random looking thumbnail. Obviously, Moss got it set up right, and you can have a decent thumbnail that's not crazy.
Woo! 10 million views for that one. Nice work.
Wow. But
have a 6 hour cost. But whoa! I wonder what the watch time on that one is. Whew.
Python for beginners, Unity for beginners.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the kind of thing you want to target people who've never done it before, and you want to go with the search terms they're searching for.
I'm just clicking back to trying to get back to where we are.
Cryptograms.
Okay, there we go, cryptograms. I mean, I was just feeling as like, is there any way to visually show a result of any of these? Like, if you set an operator, like I have no idea what coding does, but let's say, for example, an operator allows you to open a door. Is there any way you could visualize that putting a code in the game allows this to take place visually? I'm a visual person, but again, I don't know if that's really possible on thumbnails. And I guess the way the other creator got a way around this was to put themselves on front of in the thumbnail, so that you can see that as an educator, somebody who's going to be teaching you through this, and it's maybe not just all screens of code. That was maybe another way of looking at the thumbnails. Now, having said all of this, the channel has 1,000 subscribers, and it looks as if their Unity Idle Gaming series has a fairly consistent audience, like a couple of hundred. Their C Crash course isn't getting that many views, so like there's definitely a divergence between interests for subscribers. So that's probably something to keep an eye on as well. I'll leave you with the final thoughts, Travis, if you've got any for this one.
Yeah, I mean, just pay attention to what people are engaging with. You can use our channel audit tool. It'll tell you what videos are giving you views and subscribers, and pay attention to your retention graphs. That's really important. If people are staying for most of your video, make it a little bit longer. All
right then. Believe it or not, I think that's the last of the pre-selected channels that we had, which is pretty good to do it in 45 minutes. So let's do a little bit of house cleaning and show the screen that for some reason goes blank, which is my live dashboard, because I need to see if anybody has given us some donations, which I have, which is awesome. So thank you to Ash Phillips, £2 there. Bad Laurie with the $10 there. Musical listing. How do you say that? Musica listings. You see, you use the L for musical and listings, and that's confusing me. $5 for you there, and somebody else, but I can't see the name. I'm hoping I'll be able to see it later on. And thank you for the 650 people who are now watching us. Let's go to the channel audit. So these are the tweets. These are the people. These are the things that people are sending in. Now, before we choose any others,
wow.
some of which are scary. Travis and I saw this one before we even went live, which we have to choose because it harks back to the channel audits of last week. And that is 100% right. We love tortoise ASMR channels, as we covered last week, and that is Lockdown Life UK. So this is the first one we're going to audit this week, but then we'll go... Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, he's working again now. Whew, Lockdown Life. You were close there. Curing boredom through gaming. I like that as a value proposition for a gaming channel. Not many gaming channels actually go to the time of doing that. And like, you've got some hourglasses in there, which is interesting as well. So that's a good start with the channel banner. You've got 500 subscribers, which is good to see as well. And then we get to the thumbnails, and this is where I think things start to fall apart a little bit in terms of the way you're using the text, which is this gradient effect, and I don't think it's kind of working on your thumbnails. It feels as if there's a lot of dead space in your thumbnails and then some text, which I'm not falling in love with. But Dan, you can maybe take a look at the game that they're looking at, which is Hypixels and Minecraft, and maybe what could we suggest here?
Yeah, funny enough, the one thumbnail sticks out right away is the one that says no wool, and it's probably because it's the simplest one. And even for that, my suggestion to you, instead of crossing out what I assume is two characters holding some wool, there's plenty of images out there of separate Minecraft blocks just on their own. You could grab a wool block and put that same red image over it, like, no wool. You don't necessarily need to like try really hard to zoom in on the characters, lower the quality of the image in doing so, and it's a pretty simple concept. You didn't use wool to play the game.
Let's say this though. Improvement from over a month ago. Yeah, a month ago they were rainbow vomit style thumbnails, far too much color. But now you're getting into a bit of action. Yeah. So you're simplifying, which I think is good.
The latest thumbnail I think might be the simplest one you've done yet. It's Bed Wars montage. There's a character, but I still think you're trying a little too hard. There's just. It doesn't need to be this complex. You don't necessarily need to have even the background you have, where it's probably Minecraft back there, but it's so hard to see. You would have been better off with just a flat background, maybe with a nice little shadow gradient on it, and then the character nice and blown up, or something to that effect. As for the content itself, this is a competitive field, and you're doing pretty good with like 100 to 200 views per video.
Yeah, with 500 subscribers.
500 subscribers. So you're doing something right, and it seems like you're mixing in live streams and uploaded videos, which is great.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I would try, if I were to give you a suggestion, to maybe do a how to win at Bed Wars, something like that. Just even if you feel like that's like, well, obviously everyone knows how to win at Bed Wars, but there's probably people who haven't even seen the game before looking for that exact phrase. So that could be a quick, easy win for you.
Brittany, our social media manager, has been asking me to try and think of some new slogans, like for our merch, which is hopefully coming soon. And so she's asked me to try and write down some of the ones from the live stream. So let me just put that down. How to win at Bed Wars.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
So I think generally speaking, Lockdown Life, considering where your thumbnails were a month ago, and like you had some negativity, I noticed as well a month ago. You seem to have a polarizing opinions with the likes and dislikes on there. Everything's going in the right direction. Thumbnails are improving. Your channel strategy is improving. Slowly building momentum. I think just keep going in that right direction and maybe take a bit of advice from us that we've seen there. Let's go back then to the tweets, and we'll now pick some. I'm going to scroll up and. Let's say, Dan, you can pick the next one that we're going to do.
I like that one with the monkey throwing the laptop. There's a lot of good ones today.
I do, yeah. I mean, after every channel audit live, because you haven't got one, and you've got our attention. So let's audit your channel. We'll pick this one, and it is Shine is your channel. We don't have a subscriber count, but looking at your view counts, I'd say you're probably somewhere in the low thousands. You started your channel just over 2 months ago, so I'm going to say well done to you for having pretty strong thumbnails already. I'm going to pass this one over to Travis to try and work out what type of channel it is.
Looks like a beauty channel of some sort. There's like hair, there's face pack, there's so some of these thumbnails are really good, I think, and then some I think are overly complicated. I think one of the things when I talk to people is, for example, the before and after spa hair cream is fine, but you try to cram a third image there.
Yeah, this one, isn't it? You're so right. You don't need best hair cream. The thumbnail will tell you that, and just include it in the title. 100% spot on.
Yeah, like that. So don't overthink it. A lot of people overthink thumbnails. Go to Mr. Beast. Look at his thumbnails. Look at how his thumbnail and titles work together and how he rarely uses text. Really pay attention to exactly what is necessary in a thumbnail. And for beauty in your particular niche, less is more. Almost every single time putting text on a beauty thumbnail is unnecessary. People want to know and see what they're going to get in the video, whether it be like the mud packs or, sometimes it's funny because almost every thumbnail has at least one aspect of it that's good.
Yeah.
You need to like double down on the good part and then stop trying to overcomplicate it. And again, with the how to remove a dark spot, you have like 3 or 4 images. I don't even know which image to look at. So give me one strong image or maybe a before and after, and that's it. Don't try to cram 4 to 6 images in one thumbnail.
The view counts look to be fairly consistent throughout, Travis. I started with a video that's got nearly 500 views, and like their first video, looking at a trending topic, great start with that. And they've continued it on with like each video is getting, I'd say, after a month, they're getting at least over 200 views, which is great to see. So I think they have their like niche fairly nailed down. So we're thinking probably the one thing they need to fix more than anything else is thumbnails, and that would be the best direction forward.
Yeah, I think so. Unless, of course, their personality is extra cool. I love the banner; it's kind of cool, but it doesn't tell me what I'm going to get out of the channel. So
yeah, it feels as if it's like a personality blog, doesn't it? From the channel banner.
It does. Inside and out healthy. So that's what you need. There's your actual like value proposition. Internal shine comes from inside and out being healthy. So you need something like that. I love the look of the banner, but it doesn't really that's what you need to get across.
Yeah. Dan, sorry, we excluded the beauty expert here. Dan, any extra thoughts?
No, you guys covered it. I'm just glad that you've learned all your lessons from me and were able to successfully audit that channel.
Well played. All right, let's go back to the tweets. I think, Travis, I'll let you pick the next one.
Dan names.
Nice.
Very nice. Very good. Not bad. Yeah. I saw another one that was like that, though. See, sub for sub. That's pretty cool.
So Youngblood SG is probably jumping out of his seat now, thinking, why are you not picking me?
It's a good one, though, but it's just like you'll know when you see it. Like it's obvious when you see it. And there we go. I didn't know when dances. That's very close.
Yeah.
We're close.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hey now.
Hello.
That's cute, but not quite it.
Not quite it.
Sub for sub. Okay. That's pretty good.
See, the Travis laugh is increasing in volume. We're getting there. There.
I mean, I'm going to keep that in my mind because that's actually a pretty good one.
This one's too long.
Okay. Yeah, it's way too much.
Whoops.
Oh, hey now.
Get off. All right, there we go.
Okay, Hunters Gaming. Okay, nope. That's a really funny one.
Weird.
Okay, what's this one? No one. Dan says hello after people's YouTube names. It's so close, but I don't know what that means. Like I'm almost there. What does that say? You know your channel's doing me. You see this face. That's a good one too. Okay.
Right, we lost some there. What's going on here?
Yeah, what happened?
It refreshed by accident, so I've got.
Oh my god! Send that to Leron because that's hilarious. Someone said.
Yeah, I'm going to pause this live stream to do that right now. Where's he gone? All right, let me just copy and paste that. I mean, we have to choose this channel then, don't we?
I think so. Really? It's reasonable.
Yeah, all right.
It's a reasonable thing.
That's the winner. All right. So let's take a look at Dev255. Oh, I think we've already audited this channel, though.
I think they were saying thank you in that tweet.
Well, here's what we can say. We gave them a channel audit last week. They've done their solar pool heater thing that I think we remember talking about, and it's got 2,000 views. So it's kind of carried on from that previous one.
The thumbnails have changed. Look at the solar panel one. Build your own in 20 steps. It's like really readable now.
Oh, right, yeah. So they've done some subtle changes there.
76,000 views on that? Jeez, Louise.
Yeah, it had a similar amount last week, I seem to remember.
That's amazing.
We've already had that one.
Yep, we saw that one.
What's going on here?
Animation channels on stream 0. That's not bad.
No more sub. Very good. Here we go.
Please rate my channel. That's really good. He goes, please rate my channel. That same creator, gameplay and more, with the banner. That's a person who's paying attention.
Yeah, I think on then, Mr.
Probably gonna have to look at that one.
Mr. Toucan, let's have a look at your channel. Okay, wow, love the graphics. This is nice.
Wow.
Hello, Sailor. Right, what we got here? It's a dank meme channel, I think. There we go. Oh, behind the memes. So this is interesting. So deconstruct. It's like this video essays on memes. This is
That is kind of cool.
I actually get the idea of this channel, which is really interesting.
I actually am interested in this channel because I'm always wondering where these memes come from.
I love it. Behind the memes. I like that. What a great concept for a channel.
You should take one of our memes of the week videos and deconstruct it and say why people are using this and that.
Hey, my homie Nick Nimmons in the chat. How you doing, Nick?
Hey, Nick, how you doing? Congratulations to you as well on 600,000 subscribers. I believe you hear that. And your brother D Nimmin, who I think had 100,000 subscribers just a week ago as well. So congratulations to all of us who are hitting milestones. Nick, if you want to tell us how good this channel is in the chat for everybody. So they don't... you feel as if it's kind of like a wildlife parrot channel from the... channel banner, but clearly it's kind of like it's taking you some weird and strange directions. But yeah, I love this idea of adding something to the meme area. I guess for this creator, what they're going to have to try and do is find the memes that are really popular at a current time and place and talk about them, but then some memes are like they last for years and years, so I like going through the history of them as well. So I think we collectively love the idea. The thumbnails are pretty effective as well, aren't they? Because I think on some of these, like, you're already familiar with the imagery from the meme, but the fact that you include in big letters like what is this meme about, or who is Harold, like this one down, it's kind of communicating to you already that this is something a little bit different than just regular memes. So I like that as well.
Wow, it's I love the concept behind it. I don't make the connection between the banner and the concept, but I love, like, I think the banner needs to be a meme kind of thing, but this is a great concept channel. I love this.
Dank meme education, I think, is your value proposition.
Yeah, we could use it too.
So yeah, the history behind Bruh sound.
Nice. And then who is Karen?
Yeah, I don't know who is Karen.
Well done.
I've seen that in some of our memes as well.
Well done.
Yeah, I think this is one of these confetti of joy ones. I think you're taking something that can the type of channels here can be very similar, but you're doing something new and exciting, and I really appreciate that. So that's awesome to see.
Shout out to Evan Carmichael, who's in the chat now too.
Oh, believe Evan.
Believe, baby.
Now, since we are talking about memes and things, what better opportunity than to take a quick break and remind you of our memes of the week. And I'm talking really slowly so I can find the right scene. There we go. Now, So yeah, that is memes of the week. If your channel doesn't get selected for audits, don't worry. I go through all of the memes every single week and I try and add as many as possible to our video montage that changes every single week. Welcome to hour 2 of the channel audit live streams, in which you will see Dan and Travis fumble around as I try and draw stupid YouTube items again. More on that a little later. And we'll get a regular visit from everybody's favorite alternative YouTube channel audit consultants. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to jump back into the channel audits, and we'll just quickly say as well, thank you to the donations that are coming from Yanis Roth, Grow Your Health, that was €20 from you, and CoPenguin8 as well with the $5 there, and also there's somebody else who's donated, but I can't quite see what it is, but hopefully we'll be able to look at that a little later on. So what happens is that we pre-select some channels to begin with to audit because we want like a nice breadth of different topics. So we've looked at the quacker Australian animal this week. We've looked at some beauty channels. And what else have we looked at as well? We looked at crypto channel of coding, gaming coding. But what happens now is we start to choose channels more randomly, and we'll probably go a little bit gaming centric because many of the channels who submit each week are gaming channels. And so let's go straight into our claw of randomness. Dan, what color do you want? And tell me when to stop.
I want a green ball. It had better be green too, or we're gonna ride.
And it is pink. And so we take that number, we go to our channel audit list, and we take the 20th channel, which is Oliver Art. So, well, we've already chosen him. So, Dan, do you want me to go up or down from there?
I told you I was going to riot. Go down.
We'll go down to Casario's BS channel. So let's take a look at this one. And this is where it can be a completely random channel. We have no idea what it is. We don't know what we're coming into. But it looks like we're coming into another Brawl Stars channel, which has almost 100 subscribers. So it's very similar to the, I think it was ACT Orange channel that we looked at earlier, Dan. And I think we'll more or less say very similar things here about the creator who's doing gameplay content, and there's assumption here that the audience is going to be invested in what the creator's doing as opposed to maybe the things that are happening in the Brawl Stars universe. So maybe adding some tutorials there would help this channel. And like the thumbnails are a little similar as well in terms of like, are they, I guess the one that's really standing out to me is this one here where they've taken a little bit of time to really focus the viewer into a certain aspect of their thumbnail, and hopefully that's going to, it's brought in more views, I think, than other ones that are similar. Any thoughts that are different here to what we saw earlier, or is it more or less the same advice?
I'd say it's pretty much the same. We had talked about the thumbnails. I think these thumbnails are a bit better, a lot cleaner, and a little more effort. But again, I would like to see some more videos that offer tutorials or just interesting things you can do in the game, and that's going to drive, I think, a lot of new traffic.
All right, there you go. So we've kind of already covered this channel, so do check out the live stream earlier for a lot more advice on a Brawl Stars channel. Travis, tell me when to stop, and we'll pick a number for you.
Stop.
And it is a pink ball once again, and that is 674. And we'll scroll down there and see if I can find this very quickly. 674 is this channel here. And it's about football, I think. Let's see. It is Michael Sucks at Football. Okay, there you are. Well, at least you're honest with your channel name. So what are we looking at here? I think you've come back onto YouTube in the last couple of months. And so your titles here are not really helping me as a new viewer to get a grasp of what your channel's about. It's something about a Spanish project. Is that something you're doing at school? Help the fights. Help the fight of what? I kind of assume you're maybe talking about the coronavirus, maybe. Stay home. Yeah, what are we thinking here then? Just looking at the overall aspect of this channel.
Yeah, it looks to me as if, the channel was going to be about football/soccer. Then, because, of course, COVID happened, and it's like, well, I got to do something. Now, what you could have done is, if you have access to this, is played like FIFA, the video game or something, and then, kind of pivot into that. And then, of course, when the sport comes back out and you kind of talk back about that, at least you would be in your niche. Now you're just kind of doing random things. I don't know what this GeoGuessr EU even means. Like, I don't know what that is or what that means. Yeah. So I really wonder, like, if someone were to come here, what would they think? Would they know what they're going to get out of this channel? I always tell creators, like, the biggest thing you need to answer, the biggest question you need to answer is, can someone come to your channel and know what they're going to get if they subscribe? I had to point this out to someone the other day who had a couple of videos that were older, but had like all the views on their channel. Their more recent videos weren't getting many views. And I said, okay, well, let me ask you a couple questions. Number one, are you ever going to do a video like this before again? They said no.
Yeah.
I said, well, when people come to your channel and they subscribe for this, how are they going to feel? And he goes, well, I guess they're going to be disappointed that they don't see any more of this content. And then what do they do after a day or two of that? Unsubscribe. So you need to give people something consistent time and time and time again. And my guess is when FIFA comes back, you're going to bounce off of this. What if someone really liked the COVID fundraiser video? Maybe they really just enjoyed it, really got behind it, and was like, yeah, tell me more about that. And then you're back to FIFA. So you really need to think about like what your value proposition is and what type of content a person wants to watch.
All right, then let's choose another channel from the list. I will get the grabber going this time, and it is 232. Okay, let's see if I can find channel 232. Hopefully I can. It's somewhere around here. There we go, and it is Pirate Captain Dark. Okay, lovely channel banner, nice drawing there, animations. I'm guessing it's like your own animations. That's my guess as I look at the top. You're up to 2,000 subscribers. You're let's playing, I think, a certain game. That's what I'm zeroing in on now. What game is it? Any ideas, Dan? Does this?
Yeah, Oxygen not included.
So there's a couple of games. Oxygen not included.
Don't Starve.
Sekiro. All right, okay, so we're identifying a couple of problems now because all of the recent videos are getting no views whatsoever, and you've got 2,000 subscribers. So let's try and work out where maybe some of your traffic came from. Well, 6 years ago, 4 years ago. So it's interesting. I mean, if you did these thumbnails like years ago, they are phenomenal. Or maybe you updated the thumbnails recently because they all seem to be fairly in line with each other. I would imagine, like, generally a person's thumbnail technique would change over the course of like 5 years. Yet those from 5 years ago seem very similar to what they are now. This feels to me like another problem whereby a creator has got bored of a game, moved on to something else. They're kind of repeating what they thought was successful last time, but it's just not having any impact on their audience whatsoever. And maybe it's the type of game as well, which is quite different to what the audience is used to.
Yeah, I'll just say that if you continue down the road you're going to continue seeing these same results. I agree. There's no world that exists where, Far Cry Episode 4, target acquired, it suddenly takes off because there's just no search intent there. It's the first thing you put in your title is Let's Play, which I think will be clear when people click on it that they're watching a Let's Play. And then from there, like, the game is secondary, and then the episode number. This is a lot of commitment. I have to sit here and watch a lot of content to catch up to where you are in this. That's another issue too, because the episode titles are so prominent. If you noticed when you checked out their best videos, their best performing videos, how to, it wasn't the top two videos. They had how to. They were teaching you how to do something in those games, and they're older. They've had time to grow, but 60,000 views. Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing it got the majority of those views 6 years ago. And how to, you were showing somebody something. It almost didn't matter that it was episode 52. It was like I was saying earlier. You brought in new folks because you were teaching them something they couldn't get somewhere else. So I would go back to doing that. And I would try to focus less on episode 1, 2, 3, etc., and more on the thing that happened in that video. What happened in Oxygen Not Included episode 1? And I don't mean just a vague, like, built a base. Like, if you taught something in the video, even a little bit, how to blank or whatever it is tutorial, like, bring that value, because that's going to keep people watching all the way through episode 50, 60 and so forth, because they're going to learn who you are and they're going to stick around. And as you make these long episodic series, your audience will snowball. They will grow. It's okay to do stuff like this. I would definitely change your thumbnails too, because every single one being the same doesn't help. Your audience won't really know it's a new video. But yeah, you want to bring new people in the door as much as possible, and that happens through how-to videos, tutorials, tips and tricks, and things like that.
I think this is a good example here of when you try and use exactly the same thumbnail and exactly the same title over and over again, you quickly suffer from viewer fatigue. You started a Let's Play here with Don't Starve Hamlet, which got 4,500 views. Brilliant. Part 2, 1,000 views. Good. Part 3, 700 views. Part 4, 600 views. And then once we're getting into Part 8, Part 9, you're down to like 100, 150 views. Yeah. And people are just done with you. I mean, it may be also like the audience retention isn't good, or like maybe they're confused as to whether they saw this video already because the thumbnail is so similar. But yeah, I think, as you said, I think, Damn, you summed it up quite early, is if you continue to do the same thing and expect a different result, unfortunately, you're going to continue to see these relatively poor thumbnails. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the thumbnails themselves, as singular thumbnails, are very, very good. Yeah. But then they're just overused to a point where we don't want to see them anymore.
Imagine someone scrolling through their home feed and seeing that thumbnail again. Even if it's a different episode number, the episode numbers 43 and 45 almost look the same. It doesn't look like a new video's been posted, and they're going to think YouTube's just recommending the same video to them, and they're going to scroll right past it. So that's also another thing to take into account.
I've just got a message back from Leron. He simply said, "Oh hell." Right, let's go back to the tweets, actually. We'll pick another one from the list. I'm going to go try and refresh this and see what we got here. All right, okay, what have we got? Is there anything stopping us from scrolling just yet? Nothing really getting... I kind of like that one. Oh, he's back. Okay, I think we need to do this one because we did ignore them last time, didn't we? Click me, do it. You see,
yeah,
you win. Okay. You win, Youngblood SG. Well played, well played. Right, so Youngblood SG feels similar, but then we do a lot of Minecraft channels. So you've got 40 subscribers. You've got some healthy view counts for the fact that you are a 1-month-old channel, and you've got some good, relatively simple thumbnails. I think this is a great start, Dan, for a channel with only 12 videos, sticking Minecraft to that topic. It all looks good as a start, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I like the texture pack you've chosen, because it really makes for nice, clean thumbnails in Minecraft, which can be very pixely kind of game. So I think you've made some good choices there with your thumbnails. I've seen these in Discord. I believe you're a Discord member, so welcome to the channel audit stream. And yeah, I think one thing I'll say is that, so surviving our first day in Minecraft episode 1, it looks like you're about to start a Let's Play. That's cool. I would have said instead how to survive your first night in Minecraft. And it's been done to death, but I bet that would have been a stronger title in that case. So, and kind of going back to what I said earlier, just again, tutorial content that people are looking for. That it all starts with like somebody asking a question, and you got to put yourself in the shoes of that viewer. What's the question being asked, and what's the answer you're providing? So as you make titles, your thumbnails are pretty good. So as you continue making titles on these videos, just remember that. Try and think of the search term used to find your video.
I do like the thumbnails. I think that they're filling the space effectively, and because I kind of feel my eyes are scanning around the thumbnail in kind of a logical way, which I think is good. So yeah, big thumbs up for the thumbnails. Right, what was I going to do next? Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to start talking about our tech of the week. So this kind of requires just me on screen, but Dan and Travis do obviously chime in. What we're trying to do each week is talk a little bit about some piece of tech that you really might might find useful in your video creating journey. We've already looked at the Elgato Stream Deck, which helps me control my live streams. Travis, you've talked about, what have you talked about already, Travis? You talked about...
Yeah, the Wisecam, because webcams are hard to come by.
The Wisecam, yeah. And Dan, what did you talk about? I'm trying to remember.
You guys don't ask me to participate, so...
I asked you to participate, and I thought you'd done one.
No, see, Dan didn't have a piece of tech, so he was supposed to come up with one this past week, and he did not. So
I got a phone case.
Dan's got a new phone case. That's going to help you if you're a tech channel. All right, but yeah, and I think Travis, you were going to talk about Titan keys last week, but we forgot, or we didn't have time.
No, we did. We did. Oh no, we didn't. No,
we didn't. No, we'll come back to all of these. But I wanted to talk this week about a tool which will allow you to record when you can't get to the camera. Like my camera, as you can see, I can't reach it right now. But if I attached this along with this to my camera, so I'm going to press a button, and you should now see that the red light is blinking. And now if I press this button, that would execute like a record or take a picture. It's basically like a little Bluetooth device you might get for a phone, but obviously for a camera they don't always have Bluetooth, or it's not always wireless, and I can't tell you exactly what this model is because it's very specific to my my camera. But it was about $20, and Travis, you just searched for one for your camera, and you could get one for about $10, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So I think this is just like a remote for your camera. It's something that I didn't really think about for years until I invested in it, and it's now really changed the way I record. Because as I was saying to Travis beforehand, when I'm recording, what I'll do at the end of all of my pieces to camera is at the very last frame, I'll look to the viewfinder, or I'll look to where the record button is to press stop. And I was noticing that when I was recording, my eyes just keep going off to one side at the end of every frame. I had to almost cover it up in editing. But now with the recorder, with the remote, I'm not looking for the record button. I just have this in my hand, and I know to press stop when I finish recording. So yeah, they are relatively cheap if you get the non-official ones for whatever camera you have. So yeah, that would be my advice. Maybe get a remote for your camera, like DSLRs, because they do exist, but you maybe have to go onto Amazon or wherever to find one. And yeah, Dan, I'll nominate you for your Tech of the Week next week, if you're okay with that.
Tech show and tell, I'm there.
All right, there, tech show and tell. That's what we'll have to call it next week. Dan, if you could do a little graphic for us and everything, that would be fantastic. We're going to say thank you to McJoe Games, who's given us that £5 there for our donations to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. And next, we're going to go to the Claw and pick some more. And Dan, it's your turn.
Pink.
Pink it is. We're going to go all the way to the right-hand side, and we're going to pick a light blue ball 228, and it's already on screen here, quite close to the one that we just picked, which again, conspiracy theories will tell us that this machine isn't as random as it's supposed to be. But we're looking at GGH30 with over 200 subscribers, and unfortunately from the channel name I'm not sure what you are about here. And then looking at the titles, you're talking about the worst of Reddit, TikTok isn't funny. So I guess like almost video essays on social media is kind of where I'm going with this. So very personality driven. And with 200 subscribers, and in a month, you're getting like above your subscriber rate, which is fantastic. So what I'm guessing is that when audiences find you, they really like your content, and you're getting high watch time. That would be my guess from the number of views you're getting. So yeah, that's good to see. This is one of these, Dan, which I think is going to start to book some of the YouTube standards that we suggest in terms of really good thumbnails and such, because these are fairly plain, but the channel seems to be doing quite well with them.
Yeah, you know what's kind of interesting is, like you said, their videos. It looks like people are sticking around and they're building an audience, which is awesome. Stuff like this is really difficult because when it's just somebody talking to the camera about a subject, you really have to be on top of trends. And I see Twitch has hit a new low. I can only assume that's from their the whole kerfuffle with the DMCA takedowns recently on Twitch channels, thanks to music in the background, things like that. You want to get in on those trends like immediately, and I think titling is going to be your best friend. I think focusing more on the headlines rather than your opinion being the title. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like the gaming channels, right? You're trying to build that audience, and eventually you'll be able to put whatever you want in the title because you have 1 million subscribers and everyone's coming there for you. But as you're growing, you want to kind of tackle the search term in your title.
I make quality content. Anything else you want to add here, Travis?
Yeah, it's difficult to kind of start without. I don't know. He's doing well for the channel size, like view wise to subscribers. He's actually doing quite well. So I would probably change the thumbnail style up a little bit.
The reason I'm picking this channel is because I feel a little bit of similarity here in terms of the thumbnails, where it is just a guy's face, and like some of these are a little quirky in their sense, but this guy's getting like hundreds of thousands of views. So again, I can only assume that this creator has supreme watch time and a really good community that's supporting all of their content. So I feel as if this is where this channel is. They're kind of like a bit of a similar direction.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's like we would normally say make better thumbnails, but is that really the focus for this channel? But yeah, carry on, Travis.
Yeah, it's just it's a little difficult because how long has he been doing this?
So I think he got back into the swing of things maybe a month ago. So there was a big break here, but in the last month, every video is getting
well. Then that's really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Really good. Yeah. In that case, yeah, for sure. Just keep doing what you're doing. Do some research on like the trending topics, but things like it's actually kind of incredible to do something called the most useless things and actually get views on it. Like it's
you are right there. Yeah,
it's actually pretty incredible. So.
That is
blurred out the things.
We would assume that's community that's built, that's driving it. It's the subscribers who are coming to your content.
Yeah. So well done. Or unless it maybe was posted on a Reddit somewhere or something like that. Yeah. Just continue on and think about the subjects that people are looking at the moment. Like if you had done a reaction to a couple months ago or whatever it was of the dancing funeral dudes, that might have been.
For dancing funeral dudes. All right, 800. Let's go up to 800. Okay, let's see if we can get the channel right. And here we are. It is a film and comedy channel, which is called I Cut. You need to do a bit more production on your channel, Banner. Just saying. Right, so you are a channel that's been around for 9 months, but you've started making a lot more content in the last few weeks. You say you're a production company, so I don't know if this is content that maybe you have other broadcast platforms and you're just sticking some content on YouTube. It's a foreign language, which is going to make it a little more difficult for us. So yeah, I'm not really sure what else to add other than you're getting lots of views, which is great compared to your channel size. So again, this makes me wonder if you have a presence somewhere else, which is going to help you a little bit. But yeah, any thoughts here, folks? I mean, the thumbnails are relatively simple. I can't tell whether some of these are music videos or it's like a little drama or soap opera episode type of thing going on. I guess this is where you have that international language barrier whereby the thumbnail should still be able to tell you perhaps a little bit of what's going on, even if you can't read the title. So yeah, I think that might be helpful because like, is this something about how to unlock your iPhone, or is it about somebody who's getting like an important message on their phone, which is that they need to answer? I lose that. Lost in translation is probably where I'm going with that. Dan, Travis, add your thoughts and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If I knew what was being said in the title, I might be able to give a little more information. But again, we're back to a channel whose views are above their subscriber size. So whenever you can do that, you're doing the right thing. Just really pay attention to your click-through rate and your view duration and where your traffic is coming from. You can see the traffic sources, if it's coming from search, if it's coming from browse or home. If it's coming from search, see what search terms are the ones that are bringing people to you and try to do more content on that.
Yeah, and Dan?
I was going to say kind of the same thing. It's hard without knowing what the titles say, but I think for film production channels, one route you can go if you're not already is just teach like little things about lighting and camera work and things like that. Stuff that you're already good at that a lot of people are searching for, and that could be a pretty easy win.
I'm just quickly going through the videos because it feels as if it's okay. So they've got a little bit of classic. Was it Ren and Stimpy?
Wow.
Jump shots there on that.
That looks dangerous. Oh, it's like a show or something.
So yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like a drama of some kind. Listen to all the advice we've said, and Troyce, go ahead.
You think it's shot on Hitachi cameras?
It probably is. It probably is. Well done there. Right. Okay. I need to just adjust my numbers. So we're now up to 975 submissions. So let's update that, and then we'll pick one more from here. Then we'll go to the memes, and then we'll do something a little fun for all of us. So this channel is going to be 318. All right. Let's scroll up here. That would be this channel, and let's take a look. Says it's a gaming channel, Dan, so crack your knuckles and take a look at Rantula. Redefining the challenge in challenge running. Ooh, okay, so they're sticking the flag to the mast. I don't know if that's a term, but they're talking about challenge videos. But then I look at the thumbnails and I'm not sure if I'm seeing that so much.
Yeah.
Interesting. So here's what I would say is when you make the title obvious that you're doing some sort of challenge, like can you beat Pokemon Gold with only, I guess, one character, you get lots of some nice views. But then when it's like Pokemon Gold glitch because Spitz Blue embarrassed it, I don't know if that's a challenge and it doesn't. So here we go. I'm noticing this. I've just spotted this. Can you beat?
I was just going to say that. Can you beat?
Is that the title that's working for you? 3,500 views there, 1,500 there, 5,000 views there, 12,000 views there.
You've
All
cracked
right.
it.
Here we go. This is what you need to do. All of your videos at Arantula for the next 5-10 videos, they're all including the title, Can You Beat? And then go off and beat it on whatever game you're doing. It looks as if Pokemon's like the most popular one. Boom, sorted. Well done. Let's move on. Well, any thoughts about the thumbnails are pretty good. We really agree with them.
Try Can You Beat Paper Mario Koopas only, or if that's the challenge. But challenge channels can be a lot of fun and they can be very beneficial. So, and you're inventing challenges for people to try. That's awesome.
All right, then. So that is Arantula. Nice channel name there as well. What we're going to do now is take a little divergence into what's known as Rob Wilson's self-indulgent games. And it's going to be Pictionary. I'm sure you all enjoyed that last week. I got to remember which course. Online drawing. Is that what I typed in last time? I should have really brought up this online drawing tool. There we go. Right. Have we actually decided, folks, how we're going to pick the...
I think we both pick a meme that a person who... like I pick a meme, he picks a meme, and whoever wins gets theirs audited.
Right. Okay. So we'll play the picture part of this first, right? Okay. So, folks, you're going to get really annoyed here watching us play this game when you'd much rather have us auditing channels, but the view counts went up. We got 300 extra views last week when we did this, so we're just slaves to the YouTube algorithm. So what's going to happen here is that Dan and Travis are the contestants, and it's best of 5, and you've got to try and work out what I'm drawing with my awesome artistic skills. And the first person to get it right, obviously, they get the point and we move on. So, yeah, this is basically how it's going to work. I think Dan and Travis know the rules. So you ready, Dan and Travis?
Yep.
All right,
yes,
then. So here's the first image. I will tell you, by the way, if it's a channel, because there are some channels this week. All right. I'm going to spend a little bit of extra time here drawing my images.
What is this about? What's the...
So it's all YouTube related.
Okay. It's the play button. The play button.
Oh, there you go, Dan. You see, you were asleep at the wheel there. Like, I was almost there. That would have been the play button. You see, I'm so good at drawing images right now.
That was a book.
Now, how can I... how can I delete? I've got to undo... All right, okay. So, Travis wins the first one. Right, okay. So here comes the next picture. All right. I may have to draw this twice because you may get it the first time or you might not get it the first time. I don't know. This is a YouTube thing, of course. There we go. And so I will draw an arrow there. I mean, if you don't know what this is,
Subscribe.
by now,
Oh,
no.
I know what it is. It's chapters.
Oh, Travis is on fire!
Oh my god!
I was about to draw a book there, and then Dan. I mean, you're clearly not a YouTube expert here if you're getting all of these wrong. Right? Okay, this is a channel, a video creator. All right.
I'm never gonna. No, see, that's not fair.
This is a big popular
H3.
No. You are allowed to cheat in the chat, by the way, if you're not really getting this one, because I was always confused about how I was going to draw this one. So this is a channel. Think about it, right? So it's almost 2 words, right? So I'm going to split up the word like that. So that's the first part of a channel, and that's the second part of a channel.
I mean, H3 was a good one. Let's see.
We're getting nothing. Right, okay, well, ignore the number. I mean, it could be times 4, it could be times 5, it could be anything. Like, what am I doing here? What's this kind of equation?
That's
a multiplication.
Sorry?
Multiplication.
Okay, so you're almost there. What's the first part of that word?
I don't feel almost there.
Markiplier?
There we go! Oh, Travis, you racing into a 3-0. I mean, it was obvious. Mark, you see that? That's a mark. There's a mark there.
That's the mark. Okay.
Oh dear, I'm going to love it when you actually play this game. Right, next one. All right, you just got to get this as quick as you can, folks. Quick as you can.
Notification bell.
Yes, correct. That was. I was just checking. The terminology.
Like, how is it not?
Right, so Dan, it's now 4-0 to Travis. So yeah, sucks to be you. Right, next one. Again, this is going to take a little bit of working out to do because it takes me a little time to draw this. Okay, all right. This is.
That's the studio icon.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, Dan, I'm going to give it to you.
What I was going to say.
I'm going to give it to you, Dan. It's a Creator Studio mobile app, but since you're so far behind, I'm going to give it to you as a freebie. All right, next one is this. So, you kind of got to guess what's in my head on this one. So it's a form of analytic.
Audience retention.
So kind of what's
subscriber
happening.
count.
No, it's views up. Over
so
time.
you're in the right area. You're in the right area. Maybe if I do this, that would
20% up.
No,
the year.
No, come on.
Wait, hold on. It's watch hours or.
Travis, I feel as if you're just trying to drown out Dan by making noises here.
I am.
Come on, what is this? What's happening here? Like,
It's
arrow.
It's raising up. Year over year.
There we go. Oh, it's year over year. I mean, look at it in 2019. Look at it in 2020. What's happened to it?
Growth.
It's gone up.
Yeah, but
Channel
you've
growth,
got to get the word that's in my head.
We don't know.
Channel growth. Subscribers going up.
How
More
else
views.
can I write this? How else can I?
How's it not growth?
Stonks.
That's not stunks. Okay.
Trending upwards.
Right. This is one of the tools on the YouTube navigation panel, like on the left-hand side.
Trending.
Yeah, there we go.
Trending.
Trending. Oh, Dan, the comeback is on.
I'm taking this person's name down. It's architectural designs.
The comeback is on.
With
right. So it's
the
4-2 now, I think. 4-2. Right. So the next one. This is again. You're gonna have to kind of put these 2 words together. Oh, there we go.
Like and subscribe.
No, it's not, but I see why you did that.
Damn it.
Right, I may have to use some more colouring here, so I'm going to try and change the colour. Oops, it's changed everything. Oh well, oops. Right, okay. So, think of this thing here. Right, let me split it in 2. So think of this thing here. If I'm going to put some trees by the side of that thing.
Trees.
So imagine this is these are trees. Like, what might that be in the middle?
A river?
Well, another word for a river.
A stream.
All right, what's this
Live
here?
stream.
Who got that?
I said live stream first. I said it first. First of all, why is there a heart there? What does that got to do with live?
Because it's live. You're alive. That's obvious, isn't it? How else can you draw it live?
What does the chat say? Who got that first?
I'm conflicted here because Dan said stream live. Kind of put the 2 words together.
I shouted live stream.
You know what?
We said it at like the same time. Who won?
Just to keep the suspense, we'll let Dan have a point there. So it's 4-3. Right. this next one is you're really gonna have to work this one out. Okay, I'm loving this.
That would be a first. You're so good at
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I'm sorry, I'm drawing text on this one because if you get this one, you are all geniuses.
Terminator, okay. What movie? Terminator 2.
Delete your channel.
No. Just keep
Terminator
thinking
3.
No.
What is this about? Is this a channel? What did you say?
No, this isn't a channel. You just got to try and work it out.
Sequence. It's a sequel. Wait, what did you say this is?
No. Right.
A niche.
Classic studio.
Whoops.
Nope. Niche genre.
whoa, the screen's got a bit funny.
Copyright strike.
Right. Okay. So
playlist.
So here we go. Right. So what are all these? They're all films.
The
yeah.
Movies. Yeah.
Right. So who directed all of these movies? That's the key. That's the connection.
Oh.
What's that guy's name?
Yeah.
I forget what his name is.
Yeah. Oh, he did Avatar.
Oh, he's got it. Dan has got it.
What?
No.
He
did Avatar.
So the way it was. So my term was Avatar, but I had no clue how to draw an avatar. So my idea was to put all of these films and then you work out
with YouTube.
James Cameron, yes.
It doesn't have anything to do with YouTube, but
Wait
Avatar.
A minute, you told me this was about YouTube things. I didn't know this was about life or random things.
Avatar is your channel profile image, yeah, of course. But I had to use the medium of James Cameron's video films that he's directed for that. Would you believe it? We're 4-all. How has this happened, Travis?
Because you gave him 2 points he shouldn't have had, but okay, let's figure out this. Let's go
1
final.
point.
Let's go. This is it right here.
Right, this is it. This is for the win.
Okay.
Right, okay. How on earth am I going to draw this? Right. Right. Are you ready for this? So I'm laughing already.
Is it YouTube related?
All right. I don't know what I'm drawing.
The championship belt.
Why am I drawing this? Why am I drawing it like this? Okay.
Clown. It's a cat.
I don't know why I'm drawing it like
Smile?
this. Okay. Let's draw. I don't know what's in there.
That's like a banana sundae.
To draw.
Sub for sub. No, we already did that one.
No.
Birthday?
All right.
Meal. So it's a happy meal. Happy meal.
No. So what I need to do now? This should give it away. This should give it away. Right. Okay. So. What is this thing here? I know it looks like a tennis
barbecue spatula,
now, but it isn't. Oh, what
microphone.
Okay.
Oh,
so
ASMR.
Oh, Dan! Oh my word! Dan has come from 4-0 down, and incredibly somehow worked out ASMR from this image there to win. Dan, you are a genius. Travis, shame on you. You just complacency let you down there.
I don't know the chat. I won 5, but that's all right. Go ahead. I won last week, so it's fine.
All right. Okay. So I need to know how many people dropped off the live stream there. Yeah, a steady number have departed the live stream there, which is quite hilarious. But we don't care here. We just don't care. So Dan, you get to pick the meme from the person. We went way around the houses there to then pick a meme of somebody we're going to channel audit. So who is? There we have the dancing, coughing people. What is taking your fancy here?
What's this unicorn thing? What is this?
Let's have a look at this one.
Dancing every single game.
Hey,
that's a good one.
Travis, you can't influence what Dan's going to pick.
But that's such a good one.
That's a good one. I'm going to keep it in my back pocket.
Okay. Dan,
or draw 25. Go back to the one above that, the Uno right there.
This one. There you go. We will get back to auditing some things, I do promise here. Oh dear.
That one is Cobra again. We've done Cobra before.
Yeah, we've done Cobra, and you've posted
Cobras.
that many times. So is there another one that you want? Oh.
There was one I saw earlier that I'm kind of waiting for you to scroll past again.
Okay. Oh, the Pokemon theme going on there. Very good.
There's a lot today.
There is. Okay, that's a good one. I'll have to add that to the memes of the week. Yeah. Come on, Dan. Statute of limitations is going to finish on this. I'm going to just.
Well, hold on. I gotta milk this. This is a big victory.
Big victory.
Why are you seeing different ones than I'm seeing?
That one. There we go.
That's a good one too.
That's really funny.
There's been like 3 good ones, Dan. Just pick one.
All right,
Brain
I'll
surgery.
Pick one.
give me the tortoise one.
This one here, then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
Again, it feels heavily influenced by Travis on the channel that we're going to pick here, but let's hope it.
Well, Travis and I have a similar sense of humor. It's not
We'll
fair.
spite him back with it being a gaming channel. So here we are, Infamous Trainer. You've got over 3,000 subscribers, and you're doing some Pokemon stuff. Generally speaking, I think, is it all Pokemon stuff? Looks good. Dan, we got some new leaked items here, so sticking up to the recently trending things, as you well know, being a trend expert yourself. Pokemon food theft, that's interesting, got 5,000 views there. So yeah, we're doing some interesting things here with Pokemon. What let's see if we can find out what exactly they're doing. All right, Pokemon anime alongside Pokemon games. But
Nice.
it seems to be a mix that's working well for this channel.
Yeah, a lot of really good views here. I would say that one thing you're probably not doing is recommending people like and subscribe at the beginning of your videos.
Because
I
of
feel
the well, they've got 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah, a good amount, but some of these videos have way more views than subscribers. It's cool. 18,000. Wow. I don't know what to advise.
So let's just try and identify which of the ones that are that sort of breakout content. Is it like the animation stuff, or is it the gaming stuff that's really working out for you? And it looks to me that when you're doing, I guess, what is it, maybe video essays on the animation, I'm guessing that's where you're getting more of the views than when you do reactions as well. So I would be canvassing this top 3 row of videos and maybe seeing why those are working well for your channel, and focusing more on them, because like we're seeing a lot of videos where you're getting maybe a few hundred views, and perhaps you're putting in the same amount of work but not getting a reward. And maybe it's the live streams. Maybe it's the live streams that aren't doing that well for you. Because every time I see a live stream, it's not getting more than 1,000 views. Whereas anything video on demand, short stuff, usually getting 1,000 views plus.
I like the idea, though, of a Pokemon channel who, let's say they've covered that season and they're waiting for another one. It's great to keep the channel active, to play the game.
That's true.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, I guess the only thing is when it comes to live streams, consistency is like a big deal. So you just want to make sure if you're doing live streams, maybe you just do it on the weekends, if I had to guess from this top row. Mm-hmm. So definitely stay consistent so people know when to find you online. And I mean, this is a matter of like keep making content.
Yeah.
You're doing a really good job.
As we've said many times before, saturated area of YouTube Pokemon content, and you're finding your little niche and corner and having some really good results. So continue to do that. Going forward, Infamous Trailer, thank you for the submission. Right, I'm going to try and do some quick fire channel audits before we invite our very unspecial guest in. So let's go to channel 9 and pick that one. Okay, and here we go. It is another gaming channel. Congratulations on just hitting 100 subscribers. Now, I'm going to guess, even though I've never played this game, just by the thumbnails, I'd say this is a Terraria channel, just because I'm familiar with those graphics. So I think that's a really good way of giving the casual viewer instant knowledge or pitching what the content's going to be about. Those are only the last 3 videos though, so are you going to stick with that? That remains to be seen. Some of the videos did okay, the last one not so much, but then you've been a little inconsistent in your posting schedule and your content as well. So I think Dan would be saying here, pick a lane, stick to it with some consistent content over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's one thing I'm noticing right off the bat, Terraria 1.4 Part 1. Part 1 is a pretty strong search term in gaming, so that's probably what happened for you there. Mm-hmm. What's cool is that you're playing games that have a lot of mods and have a lot of room for like tutorial and that kind of content.
Yeah.
Playing Minecraft mod packs, like you could do an entire series of different tutorials within a Minecraft mod pack for all the different mods. Like there's a lot of content opportunities there, and I think that's what I would capitalize on to bring in your new viewers. And then you could always supplement that with a couple Let's Plays here and there. Yeah.
So I'm trying to go like as efficiently as possible. So if I cut you off with what's on screen, just
That's
carry
all right.
on with what he's saying. What was that? 847? Was it? Yeah, 847. And this is another gaming channel. My links get off.
I think the Savage students are mobilizing for some reason. I'm not
Yeah,
sure why.
I think they're getting ready. That we will be having our alternative teacher coming in soon. But first of all, Travis, we got to take a look at Wrestling and Games by Alan Nasir. A bit of a lengthy title, channel name you might suggest. We probably want to see something a little more wrestling centric to make it catchy and memorable. You would think here. This looks to be a channel all about. I don't know. Is it playing games, WWE games, or is it like montages?
It's both.
Yeah.
But is that really the best use of the time? I mean, maybe. I mean, there are a lot of crossover fans between the video game, obviously, and the actual show. What was that greatest wrestling match which I heard about? I need to watch that. I guess I haven't seen it. Between Randy Orton and Edge, apparently. I heard something about that. But yeah, I need to know again when I come here, if I subscribe to something cool, what am I gonna get? Now, we saw a channel a couple weeks back. Remember the stop action pro wrestling one?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Now, of course, I'm not saying you should do stop action because that was an incredible amount of work that went into that channel. But it was so unusual and different that it was interesting. Here, I can go to a wrestling video game channel and get all the stuff I want, or I can go to a regular channel about wrestling and get what I want. I'm unsure if I'm going to get either very well here. What is the actual value here? Now, there is one or two cool videos they did, like the 10 variations of DDT, which I think is awesome. I think that's a really cool idea for a video.
Yeah.
But this funny moments is a good one. So there's some good ideas, but overall, I still don't know if I'm going to have to wait 8 or 9 videos before I see a good idea.
And I think the final point here is the WWE are ruthless when it comes to copyright, and they will come after you with all sorts of foreign objects. Because I'm just seeing stuff like Jeff Hardy's Sheamus contract signing, Randy Orton versus Edge, Greatest Wrestling. Are you just ripping this from somewhere else? I would warn you. And like SmackDown highlights, I assume you probably haven't got the rights to broadcast that on your channel. So be very careful with what you're doing. I think the gaming stuff, absolutely fine. But the covering just like clips from wrestling, be wary, because I know WWE are very protective of their content on YouTube. All right, I'm going to try and pick one more, and then we will invite somebody in. 673. So Dan, I mean, if you want to chime in with this one, Travis, it's been a pleasure, but I think somebody wants to occupy your seat, so you may have to make an exit here. Anyway, 673 was the channel, and it is a gaming channel, Dan, so we can jump into this one. So yeah, we are looking at Beggy Beg Beg. I think, isn't this the channel that we mentioned last week and we thought it was a really fun username?
We thought it was a good name.
Yeah, so Beggy Beg Beg, here we are. So you are noticed on the channel audits, even if you're randomly selected. Right then, so what I'm seeing here is a channel with 500 subscribers and lots of videos here with some very impressive number of views, like 500, nearly 2,000, 500 here. And so that's encouraging. The one thing I'm a little hesitant about is your likes to dislikes, whether it's really polarizing content or you have a potential troll that's doing this, unfortunately, to your channel. That it just raises an eyebrow, but nothing more than that. And then what are we looking at down here? A bit of PS5 stuff, but there's some laptop stuff.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the PS5 stuff is getting that level of dislike because people disagree with the opinions. There's probably, since we don't have a lot of information about the PS5, there's probably a lot of speculation.
Yeah.
And people could be responding to that with their vote, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm just looking. I just want to look at the number of comments. So, like for a video with 500 views and 100 comments, that is incredible. So you're creating discussion, which is really interesting as well. So that's another really good positive sign. Send it to be sent to YouTube. To have that much engagement from the relatively small view size is incredible.
Yeah, I would say this is more of a tech channel and less of a gaming channel. Some of the videos are doing pretty well, like the Dell G5 review. That did pretty well, and it's a pretty cool like bridge you can cross there because you get to like kind of mess with gaming content while also being a tech channel.
There's some examples here where they're talking about a gaming console but tying it into tech, and that did really well as a video as well there. But again, what's going on with the likes and dislikes there, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah. Thumbnail wise, I think there may be a little too much overemphasis on text, so maybe simplify that a little bit. But given the size of a channel and your audience engagement and view counts, we'd be encouraged by this.
Yeah, I think so.
Welcome, Savage, and say hello to your students.
You know what's interesting, Rob? Beggy Begbeg's actually my neighbor. I swear to beans.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Beggy Begbeg. She every time I see her at the grocery store, always beggity begging. It's crazy.
It is just a name that just rolls off the tongue, isn't it? Beggy Beg. Wonderful name. All right, well, Savage, let's go straight to your students this week. You got over 100 submissions. Is there a number you would like to pick here for your students? We'll maybe
let's do 72. 72, why not?
72 it is here then, and he is so savage because he stays up 10 minutes after his bedtime. Whoa, that is savage stuff.
That's pretty savage, I'm not going to lie.
Savage stuff. Anything over 7 minutes, I would not do myself personally. Leyland Games here then. What are we looking at here, Savage, for your first Savage Audit?
All right, why do I say, machine guns, and I like machine guns. What game is this? Valorant. I thought Valorant was like with knives and swords and stuff. Isn't that like olden times? Valorant sounds like olden times.
You're the internet expert with all the facts. I wouldn't want to.
Well, let me see. What is the Valorant gun? What Valorant gun is the best? Okay, yeah, I'd like to know that. I lost 29,000 coins. Totes goalkeeper. What? Hold on. Refresh the page. Is that spelled right? Aren't tots those things? Yeah, aren't tots those things you eat next to your hamburgers and French fries?
Yeah, potatoes.
Yeah, potato tots. Look, I don't really like potato tot food channels, so we can move on.
All right.
We finally figured it out. All right.
I'm sure he'll be asking for a refund then if you're not going to support potato tot channels. I didn't know what tots are. Tots is like an American phrase for fries and potatoes. Is that right?
Yeah, the little TikToks.
All right, that is news to me. It's gone in, Savage. You got now 108 students here. We're ramping up quickly. Another student, please.
How about 37?
37 is so savage. Oh, he sneezes when his eyes are open. That is savage.
Goodness gracious, I'm scared of this person right here.
You have to walk across the room to pick up your eyeballs every time you sneeze.
That's the best answer I've ever seen.
That is literally the best answer I've ever seen. The Average Guy's Food Review. Now, I like some food, and I like average people. I like it. Let me see. Top 10 French fries are the best French fries. All right, I like this. Name brand versus store-bought soda, blindfolded. This is a channel I would subscribe to. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have found a channel that is so savage that the savage man would subscribe to him. I like the videos. I like the names of them. I like the ideas. I love food. What is the best candy? This Average Guy's Food Review. I want everyone in the chat to go ahead and go to the Average Guy's Food Review and subscribe. Please go there right now. I want them over 100 subscribers for the end of this live stream. And then right as we go off, unsubscribe because it's a savage show here. We ain't messing around. What are you talking about? It's a great channel though. I am going to watch some of these.
I do hope
Thank you
your
for paying me the $39.95 every 3 minutes to be a savage student. I appreciate you.
Average Guy's Food Review. I'm sorry if your analytics are ruined by subscribers and then unsubscribers in the next 10 minutes, but you are a savage student. I would just say that the thumbnails probably need a little bit of cleaning up here from a serious point of view. Maybe more emphasis on the foods. Like this last thumbnail, I kind of like it as a good one, but the text, again, destroys it a little bit. So a bit of serious feedback there, but yeah. Well done to you, the Average Guy's Food Review. We'll go back to just
I'm
auditing.
so savage, I broke the stream. Did you see that? We actually stopped streaming for a couple seconds.
Are we back, though? Are we back?
We are back right now. We're back.
All right, okay. Yes, we are back. So, 415. So this is a serious channel review, Dan, that we're going to try and pick up here. Let's take a look at this one.
Hey, you know what I figured out the other day? Did you know that, when you eat something gassy, it makes you gassy and you toot?
Yeah.
Did you know that they have been clocked at 7 feet per second? That's 7 miles an hour. Now, my question is, how did they speed gun that? How do you look at a poot and you go, okay, that was 7 feet per second?
Ever heard tater toots?
Tater toots. There you go.
Okay. Leroy's Libraries. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. If someone wants to correct me. Dan, then. I think we're looking at a channel which covers not so much drama alert, but kind of like covering things that are going on YouTube. In terms of stories, like Jake Paul is there, and I'm seeing Kavos is also another one. And for the channel of 700 subscribers, again, really good view counts. I think there's going to be polarizing opinions here, which I assume means there's going to be a lot of conversation going on in their videos. But yeah, I think I'm liking where the topic is going for this creator. They're just going to, I think I have to accept that there's going to be, I think this is probably a channel where there's going to be like people who love the channel, but also haters, just because of the nature of the diversive content.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of similar to the channel we saw earlier, where they were, talking about different trending topics and things like that. There was some YouTuber stuff in there as well. And again, I would say, like, if there's a trend going on with any of these creators, that would be the time to jump on it and discuss what's going on.
I know there was a big beef between Drama Alert and H3 like a couple of weeks ago. So it would have been... Oh, no, he didn't cover that one. That might be one to maybe look at there. And like, Savage, anything you might want to add here?
Yeah, did you know in Spanish, esposas means both wives and handcuffs? That's interesting.
I did not, but I hope Lee Royce takes that information to the bank and it helps him grow his channel. We'll go now to some tweets and see if we can pick out another channel that we can tweet about and enjoy, and then look at that channel. Okay, well, there's some Savage ones here. Me currently getting Savage, my YouTube channel. That's good. That's a good one there. That's a pretty good one right there. Let's do this one then. The heat is about to be turned up on Octane Gaming. All right, a Fortnite channel. We all love Fortnite channels. What do you think, Dan, with a Fortnite character plus some text on each of these? A bit of adventure going on. There was a tutorial there. And then there's another one here about how to get 60 frames per second on Fortnite Mobile. So there's a bit of tutorials going on there. Like, channel with 43 subscribers. Some of these videos, for a channel that's 2 months old, they're getting off to a good start here, I would say. Yeah. The thumbnails are very striking. They're pretty nice. I'd say some of them are a little too text heavy. But I like the direction you've gone. And... yeah, the more you can do, like how to get 60 frames in Fortnite Mobile, that's pretty cool. I would have maybe put a mobile phone in the thumbnail. Yeah, made it more clear. A mobile phone with like an image of like the frames per second that they're getting out of it, maybe. Yeah. I think little visual things like that. This one here, which has less text and there's more emphasis on like the graphical way of selling these lovely Fortnite montages works best with me, and I think it's the video with the most views as well. So, second most views. So maybe going towards that direction in terms of thumbnails would be good. Yeah, all right. I think so. So Octane Gaming, we actually didn't roast you at all there. We think you're off to a good start with your channel, but I'm sure the next channel will certainly get a roasting, as it is another Savage channel. And Savage, what number are you picking this time? How about 82? 82, and this person is so savage, he's the savagest person in the world. What do you think about that? Somebody challenging your savageness there. That's just sad is what that is. I don't know. All right. Sad state of affairs. Thanks. Illy Boss Gaming Tech. What do we got here? We got Gaming Boss Tech. I'm trying to think how many bosses actually play video games. Let's see. Have I ever had a boss that has ever played a video game? No, because they're too busy working. The only people playing video games are people that are home without a job or, their kids. It's one of the two. It's never the boss. The boss is never playing games. All right, let me look. Forza. Call of Duty. FIFA. PUBG Mobile, which means you got to have a phone. That's right. Okay, I have determined what is next for this particular YouTube channel. Enlighten us, please. So, I heard, I don't know if this is true. I heard FIFA, isn't FIFA, the football, the soccer people? Yeah. They're going to start playing without fans. Did you hear this? Yeah. And so will this channel. They're going to keep making up videos with no fans. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the same thing. All right, then. There you go. Lily Boss Gaming Tech. We've come to the top of the hour. That is it. I think I'm going to start playing the music. And Savage, it's been once again an honour and a privilege having you on our live stream. And just to inform you, you actually caused our view count to... actually, no, you stabilised. It was
Of course I did. I stabilized the thing you were ruining for the last 10 minutes.
It was my Pictionary game that lost us 100 viewers instantly.
Your milkshake made everyone leave the yard.
They certainly did. Somebody has donated here, but I don't know who it is. If anybody can, I don't think anyone can work that out because it doesn't come up on the super chats. But thank you for the donation, whatever it was. We really do appreciate it. And I now need to go back to the live chat. Savage, since you're still on screen, I'm going to let you do a couple of channel shout outs and then we'll move over to Dan. Who are we saying goodbye to?
Okay, we're saying goodbye to Whippity Floppity Flippity Flu. We got the Pancake Princess. We got Brownie with syrup on top. And then, of course, we got, and listen, we wouldn't do this live stream without this person, the Hippity Hoo. Nice, Hippity Hoo. Good to see you over there. That's good.
Oh, my word. Dan, get Savage off screen. Do some shout outs.
I don't know. I kind of wanted to hear more. I was learning a lot about reading names.
Yeah.
Like, some of the spelling on these names doesn't match what he was saying at all. It's kind of interesting.
I think you agree with that. Oh, dear.
I'll say goodbye to a couple people, I guess.
Please do.
Bad Lori and Karen Beckman are both here. Thank you for moderating. Thank you to all our moderators. Paul Peck Drywall, congrats on 100,000 subscribers, and thank you for moderating.
Yep, certainly. Well done to you, sir.
And let's see, some non-moderators. Matchbox Tunes, Black Shadow, BSOR, I don't know what that means. Antivirus something Impact, it's kind of a long name. TechWise 2203, kind of ahead of their time. That's kind of cool. Narfield, Flawless Gunner, and we're going to say goodbye to Ninja Dragon Gamer.
Wow, that was a director's cut of channel names being announced there by Dan. It went on so long. Travis, give us a couple more, like just 2 or 3.
All right, real quick, we got Get Music, no copyright music. Okay, if you say so. Transformation Kid KJ. And why not Batsy? Batsy, good to see you, Batsy.
Why not indeed? Home Studio Simplified, CCJ Vlogs 2, Owen in Gaming, Matchbox, something or other, Tesco on Roblox, that's a wonderful channel name, Skites, ID and NH13. I will say to you all, as usual, it has been an honour and a privilege serving you for the last 2 hours. And I will say that I think time is the most important currency on YouTube, and you just spent 2 hours of your time with us, hoping that we've given you some value. I will actually say this week we've probably given you a little less value, but I have had the most fun I've ever had on a live stream this week by just having all of the jokes and things with all of you, Dan and Travis. But we will be back next week as always, and it is a moment in our live stream where Travis and I wave awkwardly while I try and find the right outro bit on my screen. Where's it gone? There we go, I found it. Live stream outro. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Bye.